Rainier CrossFit in Washington State. Also work on the level 1 staff for CrossFit. In addition to those 2 jobs, I'm also a regional director for the CrossFit Games for the Northwest region. And then in addition to all that work, I'm also a husband and father. I have been doing CrossFit since September of 2003 was my first real CrossFit workout. I thought, prior to that, I thought I was doing CrossFit, but it turned out it was, all I was doing was not resting as much between weightlifting exercises. And then my eyes were opened when first time I met Coach Glassman was in September 2003. He came up to it was called CrossFit North at the time. It was the first ever affiliate, and did a kind of a 1-day mini seminar. And at the end of that, we did Helen, and finished dead last. Finished it in 19 minutes and 35 seconds. Got beat by a lady, a 53-year-old lady that weighed like 95 pounds soaking wet. And that was when I realized that I hadn't really been doing CrossFit up till that point. That was really my first exposure to it. So I started following the main site after that, and was sold. Yep. So it was a really quick process for me. Like, I found it, I'm sold on it. Went went through the level 1 course, February 2004, and then 4 months after that, 5 months after that, we opened our affiliate and have been doing it ever since. I think it was in 2005. Again, I got an email or a phone call from Coach, and he said, "Hey, we're doing this thing in Colorado. Do you want to come help us with it?" And I said, "Sure, absolutely." And then after that, I would get asked every once in a while, "Hey, we're doing a course in whatever," and it was mostly just local stuff. Do you want to work for it? And that was kind of how it started. My family, the immediate family that lives in my house with me, is relatively small. Just my wife and I and two sons. Lori and I got married in 1998. Been together ever since. Lori is fantastic, and I'm not just saying that because she's gonna watch this. Like, without her, really none of the stuff that I have done could have happened. She a lot of times will tell me that I'm kind of the steady rock in her life, but she is that for me as well. Our first son, Casey, is now 12. He was born on St. Patrick's Day in 2000. Everything seemed kind of, just normal. When he was about 6 months old, we noticed that he, loud noises didn't faze him. He slept really well. We could vacuum right next to his crib, and he would just continue to sleep. And it was Lori way more than it was me. It was like, I think something's going on. So we just had him tested, and found out that he was profoundly deaf. So we started working with him on sign language, and we had people that, speech specialists that were coming to the house and working with him on sign language and communication. And he got a cochlear implant when he was 15 months old. So in addition to being deaf, Casey also has Fragile X, which is very similar to autism. It's on the autistic spectrum. So he's the only kid that we know of, and when I say we, I mean me and everybody that we've ever talked to about it know of, that has Fragile X and is profoundly deaf. So he's a unique case in that regard. Like, you want the best things for your kids, and you want your kids to just be kids, be like all the other kids that he hangs out with. And Casey's better now than he was 5 years ago. And I really think that might be why the community part of CrossFit is so important to me, because when it doesn't matter where we go with CrossFit, Casey is always Casey, and he's always at home. We can go to an event where he doesn't know anybody. We did an Occupy Strength thing a couple weeks ago up at CrossFit Advantage, and he knew maybe 10 of the 200 people that were there. And he was just himself all day long, because he's grown up in this environment, and this is his happy place. And everybody always treats him like Casey. He's not the kid with the thing on his head. He's not the kid that doesn't have the social skills that everybody has. He's Casey. And that may be why why the community part of all this is so important to me, because it's been huge for him. And then Sam, our youngest boy, is 7. Sam's great in here. He deadlifts, and he does all the stuff that the rest of us do in here. Asks me every once in a while, "Daddy, can I PR my deadlift today?" And I'll say sure, and we'll load up a bar and he'll deadlift. He's on a bar, he's deadlifted 93 pounds, and he's deadlifted a 106-pound kettlebell, and he only weighs 50-something pounds. So he loves it. He's got little Atlas stones that he loads, and he's got a yoke and farmer's walk bars, and he gets out. He's got a little miniature log that he does, and he just loves doing all that stuff, and it's normal for them. Like as much as it's normal with Casey to be in a CrossFit gym, this Sam has grown up, has literally grown up. We've owned our affiliate for a little over 8 years now. He was born and raised in a CrossFit gym. Like, this is all he's ever known. He thinks that this is what everybody does, and his friends that don't, he thinks it's kind of weird that they don't do it. So, but Sam's great. He just this year at Halloween did one of the coolest things that I've seen him do so far as Casey's little brother. Anyway, we were out trick-or-treating, and the other 2 kids that we were with were going kind of fast, and so Casey takes a lot longer at the door than the other kids do. And about the second house that they started getting ahead of Casey a little bit, Sam said, "Hey guys, you need to wait up for my brother, because he takes a little bit longer than we do." And I was just like, that's cool, Sam's getting it, and he's only 7. I do CrossFit. I do some strongman training as well, and I also do some lumberjack stuff. And the 3 of them, I really think, do kind of complement one another. Growing up, my family was huge into my dad's a logger, and we don't call it a lumberjack competition. We always called it the Buckley Log Show, but it is a lumberjack competition. And I hate even calling that, because I know if my dad watches this, he's going to be like, "Lumberjack stuff, really? That's what you decided to say." But so most people know what I'm talking about, lumberjack stuff. CrossFit definitely helped me with that, because I hadn't done it. The first time I did it again recently was 2 years ago, so I was 38. Had not done anything like that since I was 17 years old when I went into the Army. And the 2 events that I did, or 3, I did one of them with my brother. It's a double bucking, where you've got a long saw and 2 guys, one on either end, and you saw through an alder log as fast as you can with a handsaw. So we did that. I did the single bucking, which is the exact same thing, but with a shorter saw and just 1 person on it. And then the standing block chop, which is a vertical log. You chop through it as fast as you can with an axe. And I noticed for sure that I had more gas on the double bucking than my brother did. My brother works in the woods, and then he falls trees with my dad. But the standing block chop, I won after not having touched this stuff in 20 years. And it was, it was for sure some of the strength from the strongman stuff. It was for sure some of the, because it's hard. It takes, it was 20 seconds, but it's 20 seconds of max effort, hitting that log for all you're worth with the axe. And you've got to be accurate too. If you miss, we've had guys over the years that have missed and took chunks out of their legs, stitches. A guy actually, I didn't get to see the x-ray, but a guy hit his shin with the axe, and it took a chip out of his shin bone with it. So pretty nasty stuff can happen if you're not accurate with the axe. So yeah, they for sure all kind of help each other out. I don't know how lumberjack maybe helps out the other 2 quite as much, but it sure is cool swinging that axe around. People ask, about, are you happy, or what would you change about your life? And it's like, really now, nothing. I've got the, not to sound arrogant or blasé about it, but like I own a CrossFit gym, so I get to wake up every morning and come and hang out with my friends for 5 hours. In the afternoon, a lot of days I get to hang out with my wife. We can go have a cup of coffee, you know, sit and chat, watch a movie, you know, whatever. In the evening, I get to come back down to the gym again and hang out with more of my friends and my family. So now I've got everything that I enjoy all in one place. And then on the weekends, I get to go meet 60 new people that are just completely stoked about CrossFit and want to absorb all the information that we get, and I get paid for it all. It's like, how could that not be an awesome life?